feel like Black UC we appreciate more because we realize, and as we're realizing right now, that this shit can go away.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Like this is something that we have to want and actually strive and fight for.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Is this thing on? Let me go ahead and make sure my mic is straight. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy, D Woods, man. We're here back again for another great episode of Good Yapp, where we have great conversation with even greater people. And today, I want y'all to understand that I have a real heavy hitter that's on his way to have Good Yapp with your boy D Woods, man. This individual is extremely involved on campus. If you go to the University of Cincinnati, I'm sure you probably know him. If you don't know him, please get to know him because he's one hell of an individual. He's a great brother, a great friend, and I'm proud to call him a good brother in my life. He's an extreme leader. He's the president of the Collegiate 100 right now, which is the highest Black male honorary on campus. He's a part of Sigma Sigma, which is the highest honorary here on campus for any male student, regardless of race, ethnicity, or creed. He's a Spring 25 initiate into the Alpha Alpha chapter of Alpha Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, affectionately known as Double A. Come on now. If you know. If you know, you know. Double A. You feel what I'm saying? He is a part of the Jenny D. Porter Teacher Pathway Program, so he's doing a lot of great things. He's also a part of the Division I women's basketball practice team and a slew of other things. The list just goes on. If I keep going, we're going to be here all day. He's also the president of Brother to Brother as well, which is another student-based organization here. He does a lot of great things. And so today we're about to have a lot of great yap. I'm extremely excited to have him here on the podcast. It was extremely hard to even get him here. This is my brother, and I keep asking him, like, when you going to be free? When you going to be free? You feel me? So I finally was able to get him here. I hope you all enjoyed today's episode because we about to have a lot of great yap. Without further ado, my brother, my friend, not only, the one and only, Donaze Gibson. What's up, brother?
Is this thing on?
What's cracking?
It's water in here.
Oh my gosh. It's water in there, but you know what I got. You know I got some wine. Hold on, wait. Before we start, let people know where we at. Because we're not in the typical scenery. If you watched the first episode of Good Yapp, and you haven't already, go ahead, watch it, like, comment, and subscribe. You feel what I'm saying? And it's where we at today.
All right, so right now we in Huck Hall. Like he had I heard him over here say in the introduction, Sigma Sigma, the highest upper class honorary on campus. This is the house designated to them, to us. Let me say that. Once you're a member, you have full access to this house. So when I was asked to do, Good Yapp, I'm like, well, where you want to do it? And Huck was a great spot. So
it's an awesome spot. It's a great location. As you can see, all the cups and all the, what are these considered? Are these considered mugs or cups?
Mugs.
Okay, so all the mugs are back behind us. You got one right now. So all the initiates into Sig get their own mug. And so if you go to the University of Cincinnati, I'm sure you've probably been here maybe once or twice, or maybe a couple times, or even if you yourself are already initiated in Sig, everybody has their own designated mug. And Sig been around since what? Since forever.
1898.
1898. And we are here in 2025. New initiate, right? 2025.
Spring 25.
So it's been here for ages.
Yeah. I forgot the exact year count.
Yeah, it's going to be, I'm sure it's probably going to continue to be here.
Yeah.
So this is the University of Cincinnati like thing right here. Like you get put in the Sig, you made that guy. So also you also get your name engraved on campus too.
You do, yeah. That won't happen for me until the end of the year or spring of next year.
So is it like a ceremony that happens, like an unveiling or something? You just walk on campus and be like, yeah,
it just happened to people one day.
Just peep one day, just walking to the center or something. Boom, my name on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure like we'd know, like they'd tell us like when it happened, but it ain't like no unveiling.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy to see how like we once were like not even allowed to be here at the University of Cincinnati. You know what I'm saying? With like racism and Jim Crow and all that stuff. Like we weren't even allowed to seek higher education and to know that we have black men and also black women as well, a lot of strong, educated, powerful black women that go to the University of Cincinnati, just to see us kind of just thriving in these spaces, to go from not being able to even attend the institution to now getting your name engraved at the institution is crazy.
Yeah,
So,
but it's showing it's under attack all the time. It's like regardless of the good that happens,
yeah,
as we going through now with DEI and just education specifically being attacked to kind of go against, everything that we've worked for to either be ingrained on campus, get accepted in this, or even attend this university. It's under attack, and it's like you just got to keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's all we can do.
Yeah. It get hard, but it's fun too because you get mugs and you get your name on campus, and if you want, you could drink a little bit.
Speaking of, I'm gonna show y'all what I'm sipping today. So last episode, right? I was sipping on the Carlo Rossi, the sweet red. As you all know, I enjoy a good wine, and today, this is another great wine that I'm sipping on. This is Barefoot. Barefoot, if you know, you know. It's a little cheaper option. It ain't nothing too crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all.
But what flavor?
Peach. Georgia peach. Let me not foul out. That was crazy. But no. Peach version, that is, fun fact about me, peach is one of my favorite flavors. Just like in anything. Like peach has like a very like sweet but subtle taste to it.
When I drink wine, I aim for strawberry. I feel like peach mixes, what's my favorite alcohol?
Crown?
What flavor?
Peach.
Well, there it goes.
Okay.
So it's like, it goes with everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like at times, it's just a safe option. Like,
what? You saying that peach is a safer option?
I feel like peach and strawberry are safe options. So we got to expand. So like, what's something I had one time? I couldn't even get it open because I ain't had no corkscrew. I tried to use a knife and the knife damn near broke.
What's that? That's a damn thing.
I forgot. It was a mix of something though. It was like peach and something that I don't even think I was gonna like passion fruit or like dragon or some shit. I don't remember what it was. I don't know. I couldn't tell you the taste of either of them fruits. But I felt like it was gonna be good.
That's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like peach is always like I don't know. It's like a go-to. It's like when you need a quick bucket.
You know about a quick bucket?
I know a lot about a quick bucket. I get a quick bucket right now. We can go. We'll go right there. We can go get a quick bucket. Speaking of, that's a great segue. So you were part of the D1 UC women's basketball practice team.
Mm-hmm.
How did that happen?
So when I got here as a freshman.
Okay, we going back.
Yeah, so essentially, I didn't go to school for basketball. I kind of wanted to, but I kind of didn't. So when I came here, I had a bunch of free time on my hands. I just hooped all day in the rec. Like probably longest I went was like 11 hours. That's all I did.
Just hooping?
Yeah, that's all I did. So I was playing, and I played some people that was seniors, some juniors that were already in that area. One person I remember specifically was Tyler. Yeah, Tyler Combest. So he was a practice player. And so him along with a manager, Izzy, she has set up a private run like in the arena, and I got invited to one and I was hooping. So then when the school year ended, they was kind of like, we graduate and they looking for more practice players. You want to do it? I said, yeah. So, feel me? I started showing up a little bit. I wasn't too consistent. I'm not going to fake. But I was there. And then over time, I started being more consistent because it's fun. I mean, of course, like sometimes, like in the point where I'm now is summer, so it ain't like no specific scout to get ready for. So I'm just hooping, which means I get to just play like Donaze. But like even when you got the scout and you playing like certain women out there, and you just around, you get gear sometimes. I get to go in there. It's just a lot to have, and you build some good friendships. Like a lot of the players is super cool too. Like they support a lot. I know. Like in the circle at the end, I like tell them about certain events that's going on, trying to get more athletes to involve in the Black UC aspect. And they would show up. I think 3 people. I remember 3 people specifically came to Aquaba last year. Okay. Somebody came to a hopscotch, and I remember Ari. She transferred, but she came to a couple of our parties. It's more of a connection, and it's fun.
What type of parties? You talking about AA?
Yeah. We're not gonna talk about a AA.
Okay. Yeah. Pause it. Okay. So a couple of them, like, they start being like more involved through you, basically.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was like, so at least from what I know, a lot of athletes would say they are unaware of kind of the aspect of like what's going on, like whether it was just coming to events, whether it was programs, like even though you're an incoming athlete as a freshman, like transitions, Turner, things like that, like
Yeah.
you might not necessarily need the funding, but it's still the community aspect that you can look for. Even like a lot of athletes, we realize like here, like we don't have a lot of athletes in the Divine Nine either. Like they just don't know.
Yeah.
It's not even that they don't know how to go about it. They just probably don't even.
Yeah.
They're unaware of like what the whole impact and really what's going on in the Black community. So that's where I kind of like not only like I enjoy being there, but I also feel like it's kind of something I need to continue to uphold.
Yeah.
To at least try to get people into these spaces. And for some reason, I feel real confident in this upcoming year. Like as much as like things are changing, looking at the dynamic of the team so far, I feel like they're gonna seek more than just playing sports, which I feel like every athlete should do.
Like a genuine community.
Yeah, like definitely with NIL, like a lot of people just hooping, getting paid, and go about their life. It's people though that I feel like are gonna actually fall in love with the community that I've realized from my couple of days of being around them. So my responsibility is not only to help them on the court, but to also help them off.
Help them off.
Yeah, and that's just natural. It's not necessarily part of my position. It's just something I want to do.
But it seems like that's like your gift though. It's to like not only just like you are very good at like delivering when it comes to like basic things. Say like for example, like with the basketball team, like it's good that you do know how to hoop. Like you can give them that, but to also be able to deliver with the like, okay, I can hoop, I can help y'all get better for y'all games and stuff like that. But not only that, I can also help you out become like a better person too. Like that's like a dual package.
That's the fun part for real. Like you feel me? Because like we being honest, I can hoop in the rec. I can hoop outside. You feel me? Hooping with them, you feel me? Like I'm not treating it like it's a responsibility, but at the same time, like my whole passion for it isn't just playing basketball.
Yeah.
Like it's actually a community. Like one thing too, I remember like, so the head coach Trina, right? Of course, like with the spring 25 that I had school year, I was kind of all over the place with consistency in my areas.
Yeah.
Due to DEI things and due to my involvements. But when that was happening, it wasn't like a where is Donnie? What's going on with Donnie? I went to her one time and spoke to her on behalf of like everything I had going on, and she told me, if you need us, we here for you. And whenever you figure everything out, we got you. And that gives more of a passion to want to continue to do what I'm doing. Like it don't feel like a responsibility. And I moved that I've been trying to ingrain that in me in everything that I do now. If I have the power to, I don't want anything to feel like a responsibility. Like essentially definitely with Brother to Brother now, having to turn into an official student organization, which means like I had to register the organization, be president, like I have the key.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like when you have the key to certain things, you have that power, as much as you want to do good, you can do a lot of bad.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
So I feel like one way to, go against these bad narratives that can happen is to try to make it feel like it's not a responsibility. Feel like I don't necessarily have power. And if I do, I'm using the power to help y'all more than me.
Yeah.
So like I know specifically I've incorporated a new role of an individual that would just, or not an individual, it's actually a committee, about 2 to 3, that would just make sure that the executive board is happy. You feel me? Like we have events to plan, we got places to be, we got classes, we got relationships, whole nines. Everybody's their own person. Yeah. Only they really know what they have going on in their life. And the last thing I want on anybody is to feel like, oh, I got brother to brother.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot I had brother to brother. Like, you feel me? Like, let that be an outlet. Like, oh yeah, I'm about to go to. I've been irritated, but I'm about to go to this brother to brother meeting. I'm about to go to this event.
Right.
I'm about to go around people that help me, uplift me. So that's kind of, I gained that from a different sense of something I had going on personally in life, but I kind of put it in every aspect of my life. So it started with something personal. It went to women's basketball. It went to brother to brother, and then it's gonna continue to move forward with whatever I do.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how that whole one. I know the start question was how did I get into that situation, and then it kind of led to my
No, yeah,
passion
that's
for it.
that's that's awesome. That's good, yeah. Because it's like it's all about perspective at the end of the day. Like you could easily and that goes with any and everything in life, no matter
When you change your perspective, that's when miracles happen.
that's when miracles happen.
Who said that?
Who did say that?
It was either Rick Ross, Kevin Gates, or wait, hold on. When you change your,
He said that was either Rick Ross or Kevin
that was one
Gates.
of them too. They was like, when you change your perspective, that's when miracles happen.
That sounds like
I'm
a
gonna
Kevin
show
Gates.
y'all eventually.
That sounds like a Kevin Gates. Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, him probably DJ Khaled or something.
Oh my gosh.
Give
But
a
no.
quote. Drop a quote.
Oh God. You know what? That brings us to our next point. But wait, before we go into that though, I do want to yap some more about perspective and about because you said it's not. I had to shift my perspective from it being a responsibility. I feel like oftentimes, like no matter what it is in life, like even us, like it'd be something as basic as like being a student. Like this is my responsibility to go do this homework. Like of course it is your responsibility to do your homework, but it's also a gift. It's also a blessing to even still be in school. There's some people right now that's dying and could wish to have our opportunities right now. You know what I'm saying? Like as crazy as anybody's situation is, it's always somebody that's wishing to have that situation. And that's something that I'm starting to learn myself. And also, I'm glad we're having this conversation because I've been that word perspective has continuously keep popping up for me. Because it's like how you said, it's not, oh, I gotta go to brother to brother. It's like, no, I get to go to brother to brother. I get to go, you know what I'm saying, go hoop with the women's basketball team. It's not like I got to. You know, this is a blessing. There's so many guys in the rec right now that wish that they could be in the same position as you. So many people got hoop dreams. So many people, like myself, I'm a former football player that had football dreams that would love to just be a scout team player on the football team. So it's like we could easily get so caught up in the, oh, I got to go to practice or, oh, I got to go to shoot around or, oh, I got to go work out. I got to go do this. But switching your perspective from I got to I get to is like, honestly, like some of the most powerful things like ever.
So I used to really struggle with, you feel me, trying to understand. So recently I've been going through a lot of self-reflection. So I've been kind of trying to, actually believe the things that I'm saying. And something that one of my friends told me was everything is not meant for you to understand. So when it comes to perspective, like I used to have a huge issue of specifically women trying to tell me how I'm not being a man. And I used to be like, how can you tell me how to be a man and you're not a man? Now, that's two different perspectives.
Yeah.
Right. And then that's when it gets to the point of like kind of just enjoying what I'm doing. Like things that was being said that a man should do. I shouldn't feel like it's a responsibility or I should have to do that and you should have to say something. It's some things that I should just enjoy being able to do for somebody else.
Yeah.
And so I know I joked earlier and they said when you change your perspective, that's when miracles happen. But it is true. Like when you stop viewing things literally in a sense of a responsibility, life gets so much easier, whether it's in your involvements, whether it's in a relationship. You shouldn't feel like it's a responsibility to have to put certain things to the side for your significant other or to have to put extra time in to get this event ready because you're going to enjoy that event. And if you put the time aside for your significant other, then you're going to have a healthier and more fun relationship.
Yeah, for sure.
So I know I used to have an issue and I still do battle it. I'm not saying I'm fully, I'm just this perfect human, but feeling like so many things are difficult and a responsibility, it makes life harder. So when you just view everything as if like certain sacrifice, I guess, sacrifices or less selfish, life gets way easier.
Yeah.
And like having to block out, other people's opinions because everybody don't think the same.
Yeah, that's deep. That's the one for real.
And like one thing I had to come to realize is just because we don't think the same don't mean I'm more mature than you or somebody's childish or not thinking straight because you don't no one knows what this person is thinking or going through, or
Right.
what makes them believe
Right.
that, but themselves and God. So, as much as somebody may do a wrong, may do 5 wrongs, you feel me? You have no idea what led them to that point.
Yeah.
So that don't mean that they're not mature enough, because like when you view maturity, like it's supposed to be, I guess, from age. It's some adults
That's not
that
mature at all.
I view make way worse decisions than I do.
Yeah.
I don't mean that they're not mature. You feel me? I feel like a lot of us are putting labels on certain words and trying to view them in our own perspective, and we don't have the right to do that because that's judgment. You know, so yeah, perspective is it's a couple words out there, and perspective is one of them that are hard hitters, and it's so many different avenues and directions you can go with it. A lot of different perspectives on the words themselves, like love, wisdom, like knowledge, even like perspective. You feel me? So it's a difficult topic that we could yap about.
We could definitely yap for sure. That's deep. Yeah, man. Perspective is a big thing, and you touched on so many different things in that. Like I know for me personally, like I always try to like digest and listen to any perspective and listen to any advice or any good yap or great conversation from anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like oftentimes like people who are older, especially like in the older generations, like our parents, our grandparents and stuff like that, they could care less about what we think. You know what I'm saying? Because their learned experiences is like, okay, this is the way life goes. I've been here 60 plus years, 70, 80 years. You only been here 20 something. You know what I'm saying? So my 80 compared to your 20 is nothing. But at the same time, that 80-year-old can still learn something, because how life was when that person was 20 is totally different from when it is now. You know what I'm saying? Different technological advances, different perspective, different ways of life. So
it's different life,
it's a different life. So it's like we all need to be able to listen. We all need to be able to learn and hear everybody's perspective, because I got a set of eyes and you got a set of eyes. Just like how you said, you don't know what that individual has gone through. You don't know what led them to make the certain decisions. Like you, for example, is from Cleveland. I'm from Cincinnati. So it's like how you was raised in Cleveland might be totally different from how I was raised here in Cincinnati. What they might do up in Cleveland, we don't do down here in Cincy. And what we might do in Cincy, they don't do up in Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? But it's two different perspectives, and we both in this same environment, in this same situation, and we're all going about life in our own different ways. So anyway, that's a lot of great yap. But as stated before, if you all watched the first episode of the Good Yapp podcast, I never want to miss the opportunity to hit certain sections in the Good Yapp. And the first section I always want to hit is tell me something good. We've already had a lot of great yap. I appreciate everybody who's still watching right now. But Nez, what's up? What's been something good in your life? Tell me something good.
I can.
He whipped out the phone.
I'm about to say, so I'm on day 17 straight of me reading my Bible. Yeah, so
17 days.
17 days. So 17 days ago, and sadly enough, you know, it shows on the year. So it's June 6th.
Okay.
I'm on a 17-day streak of reading my Bible, and I've only opened the app 18 times. This 18 days.
But
so we're in June, and I've opened it 18, but on the plus side, 17 of them days have been in a row recently.
Yeah.
So
again, but that also goes back to perspective though, because it's like, okay, last year I wasn't like this, but this year I am. So it's like, for me, it's like, I'm excited and I'm happy and I'm proud that we doing this 17 days. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it didn't happen last year. It probably didn't happen the year before that, but I'm thankful that it's happening now.
Longest streak I've ever had.
So that's amazing.
And
that's amazing.
And like recently I've been, like I kind of said earlier, self-reflecting on a lot of things. And one thing I realized with myself is I find it very difficult to be happy for myself because of other things I may not have done the best. So like, for example, it's something happened to me that led to me opening this Bible and continuing this streak. Now I'm happy that I am, but I'm unhappy that it took that situation for me to get here.
Yeah.
That's something that Donaze has just been struggling with forever.
Yeah.
Now it's getting better because, as you can see, now I'm aware of it. You feel me? Step one is awareness.
Yeah, for sure.
You feel me? Then you have to act on it. So
Mhm.
like, I am extremely like proud of this, and as well as like,
Yeah.
for example, like even like not drinking. Like I'm not saying I'll never drink again, but I believe I'm either 16 or 18 days in of me not drinking any type of
Yeah.
alcohol.
Yeah.
So like little things like that, huge to me. Like I wouldn't label myself an alcoholic. I wouldn't say like I need to do this, but in the situation I'm in, just in life in general, with it being summertime, me being a college student,
Yeah.
you know, having all of these different things going on, different opportunities, I was strong enough not to.
Mhm.
You feel me? And that brings me joy. Like it's very hard to find peace and joy.
Yeah.
It's extremely difficult. Like you can be at peace, but you're not necessarily, you know, I
Yeah.
won't say happy, but have
Have
joyful.
joy.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But sometimes when you feel like you're at your happiest, you may be intoxicated,
Mhm.
you may be
Mhm.
with a specific person. You may not feel at peace because if you don't have
Yeah.
whatever led you to this happiness or this joyfulness, then you lost your peace. So it's
Yeah.
very difficult. And I feel like me being happy that I'm strong enough to be happy for myself is bringing me both, and it feels great.
Yeah.
So that's something good. What's good for you?
I was what? Almost lifting my hand in prayer. We standing up. Almost lifting my hand. Nez then turned into a pastor on y'all.
Oh,
Y'all ain't
Lord.
even ready. Y'all ain't even ready. I'm sitting up here. I'm just listening. I'm soaking up the game. Man, listen.
Read a proverb a day.
Read a proverb a day is what he said. That's the Yapp.
Keep the devil away.
Keep it away. Man, what? Okay, let me get back to our regularly scheduled program.
You gotta say something good for you.
Man, something that's good that's been going on in my life.
I can name a few.
Nah, I hate to say it again, but progress. Like that, I said that last time, but progress.
It's real.
It's a big thing. Like I am so happy that I am progressing. Like it's just not about always the finish line, but you have to be joyful while you're running the race. Like when you're running a marathon is long as hell, right? You could start that race and the only thing on your mind could be, I just got to make it to the finish line. If that's the only thing, of course you always have to have the end goal in mind. But while you're running that race, you need to be thankful for that journey and be thankful for that path that you're on. And for me personally, with all the ups, all the downs, all the, man, I'm going to have to try it this way or I'm going to have to try it that way. For me to still keep going and to see actual progress and see my goals like actually starting to truly like come to pass has been nothing but a blessing. Because it's like, bro, like I feel like especially as black men, we miss so many opportunities to just be thankful. And like, bro, like I really wake up thankful as hell. Thankful as hell that I got life. Thankful as hell that I'm in blessed situations. Like I really believe in the fact that like I was telling you, like it's all about perspective. Like there are so many people that wish that they were in our positions. You know what I'm saying? Like as crazy as our situations are, as crazy as life can be, there are people right now that wish to be in y'all situation as well that's watching this. And it's like, bro, I'm just thankful.
And like essentially what I had said I'm thankful for is progress. But how I view it is like recently, like, well, really as of Monday. So I know my streak is longer, but Monday I had a huge day or a night I could say where I just went to a peaceful place and just reflected.
Mm.
And I was like, okay, I need to better myself and move forward. Now you had said it's always good to have an end goal, but how I look at it is like I don't view it in goal. You feel me?
Mm.
Because I feel like we don't have the ability to put a timetable on
Right,
that.
right.
Because that's also limiting ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, if let me say I'm trying to be an educator, and you feel me, I could just be a teacher, I could be an administrator, I could win National Teacher of the Year.
Yeah.
But why would that be the end goal? Because once I'm National Teacher of the Year, where do I go then? Do I
Yeah.
go backwards?
Mm-hmm.
Because essentially, when you get there, you just set a new goal. How I want to view it, progress is forever going upward, regardless of how that may look, because it won't always look the same. Feel me? If I have a great job and I'm making 6 figures and then I retire, okay, progress is me enjoying my retirement.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not done. Like that don't mean
Yeah.
I'm just stuck and complacent now. So I'm gonna say progress is always good, and it's always gonna be a good point because it's way easier to just stay where you are.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. A lot of people think progress, you're either going forward or backwards, and if you stay where you're at, you're moving backwards. That's not true. But it's super easy to grow complacent with whatever you're doing. So moving forward and progressing is always going to be a good point. And if you said that every video of the Yap is valid.
Yeah.
Because even posting another section of the Yap is progress.
Yeah.
Because I know some people that have started new series, and now I'm about to stand up. Because I know some people who done started some series and all these different ideas, posted that one video or one episode and never did it again. And we back again. And we back. I'm too tall for this. I gotta get low. We back again. We back. That's progress.
It's Good Yapp.
Progress.
And we in the new location.
There it go. Y'all ain't got the code to here. Let me stop.
But my brother do. And just because I ain't got the code, don't mean the person that's next to me ain't got it neither.
You feel me? Just because you don't have the answers,
don't mean somebody else don't.
That don't mean you won't find them.
It's about connection. It's about brotherhood. It's about sisterhood. It's about community.
And you may think that you deserve this and deserve that, and you don't know why. Everything not for you to understand.
It ain't for you to understand. Sometimes it's for somebody else. Sometimes God is writing your story so he can help somebody else.
Remember that one person you seen at the mall and you were scared to talk to him? That taught you something. You couldn't understand why you ain't had a confidence to go talk to him. But now you will next time.
And now you will.
Bet you understand now.
That's Good Yapp. Where we at?
I don't know.
Where we at right now? Nez, where we at? We gotta let them know where we at.
We at Huck Hall.
This is Huck Hall.
I won't drop the exact load, but y'all know.
If you know, you know. And if you don't know, find somebody that do know, that knows somebody that knows somebody, so you can know. And what was that called? Good Yapp. Now look.
I need more water. Damn.
Now look. We having a lot of great Yapp right now. And I got to get back to my talking points, right? Cleveland. Maple Heights. 216. What was life like up in Cleveland? Like how, in 5 words, describe Cleveland?
Do I need to use all 5?
Do 3 to 5.
Terrible.
Damn.
Inexperienced.
Inexperienced?
It was an experience.
Oh, inexperienced.
So an experience, it was terrible. I could stop there. My family's up there though, so I love my family.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's just when I now that I'm older and I look at the city, it's not any opportunity.
Really? Up in Cleveland?
So like when I think about preparing myself to come here, right? Even when I was down here, my parents made sure that they constantly made sure I was good because they felt like I wasn't prepared to come down here. And it wasn't that they didn't raise me correctly. It was no opportunities for them to know that. It's like you always protective of your children. You don't really let them go out. When they go out, shit happens, which happens anywhere. But like I'm at the park playing basketball and they get shot up. This is across the street from a middle school. It's a park. I mean, it's called Stratford. If you from up there, you know Stratford Park. Mind you, everyone's like, why would you go to Stratford? When you think about it, it's across from the middle school. I should be able to go hoop. That's not the case. It's not a lot of safe options to do anything. A lot of people up there are trying to be something that they're not, and not in a positive way. It's extremely unsafe. When I think about the social aspect, there's not a lot of opportunities to party or enjoy yourself. So that led to me getting down here and having that ability and just
doing
it was,
you
feel me? Like I'd never seen this before. And even then, while doing all of these things, I could be drunk, I could be high, I could be doing whatever in the case. I still find a way to make it home safe. I'm not getting shot at the parties. I'm not fighting nobody. Ain't nothing going on. You could be sober as could be at a party up there. 50% chance of something gonna happen. You need to leave before the function is over.
Oh wow.
And that's just what it was. The school systems weren't the best. Which, funny enough, is I may be trying to return up there to teach just so I could try to help out my community because I see the direction they're going. And we have middle schoolers dying from gang violence.
That's crazy.
Like consistently, and by consistently I mean it's not a one-time thing. Like I believe I remember at least 2. So it's like they ain't safe. Like it's people that I remember being around. And I was never too close with them, but I have people that was, and those people aren't here anymore.
Yeah,
due to like murder, or just being in the wrong place, or at the wrong time, or the right place at the wrong time.
Yeah,
like it just happens.
So, what was your mindset as a young man growing up in Cleveland? You see all this stuff, you see everything that's happening. Like, what was your mindset back then of like, I'm sure it probably was like I know life is more than this.
I felt invincible because I was so protected. I for example, Stratford, yes, this bad park. I'm trying to hoop.
Right.
I know that I live far from school, but my friends walk to school. I want to walk to school. Not being allowed to do that because it's unsafe, all of these things. But I didn't even look at it like that. I just know that it was something that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And my parents did an amazing job. Honestly, my whole family did an amazing job at keeping me away from the things they had to go through, which is what made me feel like the world wasn't as bad as it really seemed. And then by the time I finally realized, I wasn't really too worried about it because I removed myself from that area. My junior year, when COVID hit and I started driving, I realized that all the places and all the things that was dangerous, it was no positive reason to go anyways. It's different if I just told somebody just the other day, you usually have a destination, but it could be unsafe regardless, or a risk, whatever you're doing. It was no incentive for me going in these places. Oh, we about to hoop at Stratford. Yeah, I can hoop at the school. What I'm going there for? Oh, we about to go to this B&B party. All right, who party is it? I don't know. They just sent me the flyer. What the hell I'm going for? Nigga, we could just kick it at the crib, but this our B&B. What I gotta go for?
Yeah.
And it's when I was in high school, I'm just it ain't no point. And so I was safer. Now that I'm older, if I go back home and my people's it's a B&B, I'll go so I can be with my people because I'm not up there to be with them all the time. But I'll leave if you feel me. I've never been, as much as I make jokes sometimes, I'm not quick to buck up on somebody. I'm a $150, no gun. Let's start there. Now,
you say you a $150?
I'm a $150.
$150 soaking wet. Probably 165 soaking wet. That wasn't a diss. That wasn't a diss.
I don't get the soaking wet.
The soaking, you know what I'm saying? If you soaking wet in the water, you got on a t-shirt, right? When the old heads say, okay, bet.
That's a foul.
That's not a foul. It's a common terminology.
That's a foul.
If somebody say, all right, I'm 200 soaking wet, that means soaking wet is okay, if I'm fully clothed, I go to the water park. The water is on me soaking wet, because the water is heavier than, you feel me? The water add more weight.
Cleveland, Don't go to Cleveland. That's essentially what the topic is. Don't go.
Tough.
Yeah.
Let's talk involvements. You are extremely, extremely, extremely involved at the University of Cincinnati. But not only that, you're extremely involved in Black UC. And I want to know from your perspective, like, what does Black UC mean to you?
It's hard to label it as in like one word, but I view it as I love it. I'll say that. And what I had said that before, probably not in the sense that I mean it now. Um, I really realized with just like the opportunities that I've been given, whether it was, just school related, friendship related, relationship related, a lot of these things wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for not only Black UC but my involvement inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
I came in freshman year, I wasn't involved at all. I didn't go to the center. I wasn't in transitions. I used to sneak in there sometimes until eventually I started getting caught and stopped being let in. Second year, I wasn't a mentor, but my boy Braxton had co-op, and so he couldn't be on brother to brother anymore. So he asked, could I be brought into the loop, and that was how it started.
Mm.
You feel me? So
you actually got involved through a friend.
yeah, it wasn't
Basically.
even like an application. Like it was literally a word of mouth. And shout out Eric, he trusted, gave me the opportunity. During that time, it was three of us because Braxton had co-op. Three other people were busy, trying to join a organization. It was only three members. So that happened. I came back next year. You know, it was running smoothly first semester. Second semester was spring 25. Faced issues again. And now I'm blessed enough to be in the position of president with Brother to Brother.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a 2-year mentor now. Again, collegiate, Sigma Sigma, a whole nine. Woke Shop as well is something that I've taken over. That name is still under work. That's why I wasn't involved in the list of involvements because I don't know what to call it yet. Woke is one of those banned words that connects with DEI. But like all these opportunities really started from that one opportunity I got with Brother to Brother through Eric and Braxton. And over time, it just, it connected me with more people, put me in better situations. And as much as I still have to change and better myself, I feel like a lot of this self reflection, a lot of the path that I'm on wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for that. And it's specifically Black UC. Like, and like everything happens for a reason. I'm in my position for a reason at UC. But like I had other colleges and other opportunities. My top three, Cincinnati was fourth.
Mm.
I got accepted to Arizona State University. They had one of the best education programs in the country. I got accepted to Morehouse. And then I got accepted to other colleges, but Kent State was in there because it was close to home and they offered me the most money. And then the university, an assistant dean of my college reached out to me, asked why was I even thinking about going to Kent. I told her why. She said, send me your package. I sent my financial aid package. She matched it and added more. And then like that just shows like everything gonna happen for a reason. I didn't look at it as a blessing then. Cause I'm like, I would have been good regardless. You feel me? But looking back on it, it was like I was meant to be here to be able to strive in this community and for it to mold me into who I am and also open my eyes to who I need to be. So yeah, when it comes to Black UC, it's a deep ingrained love for it. Like even like when I'm gone, I have no intention of uninvolving myself. Like, and I'm not doing it for any type of recognition. And I used to. I used to crave recognition because through sports, personally, I didn't get a lot. I felt like I was a better player than they would allow me to show. I wasn't getting the offers that I felt like I deserved. I wasn't getting this, that, and the third. And recognition was just huge for me. I got here, and when I started getting the recognition, I got one taste of it, and I loved it. I craved it, and so everything I did was to get that feeling again. And I realized that that's not who I need to be. Yeah. I'm not gonna say that's not who I am because who else was it? But I realized that like that's not who I need to be. So I stopped moving in the sense of acknowledgement. And when I stopped craving that and I just did things for the love of it, not the love of the game, but for the love of it, acknowledgement felt so much better because I wasn't doing it for that. So like when I finally came to that realization fall 24, I'm like, when I got into collegiate, I wasn't really happy. I couldn't be because I felt like I should have been in. And I was craving that. I was craving that acknowledgement. So when I got it, I was like, so I stopped moving like that. So when I got into Sigma, when I became an alpha, and when Shukrani and Ushindi came around back-to-back days, and I got 5 awards, like it wasn't like I was happy at every single one of those.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what the hell was going on. I wasn't looking for it. Mm-hmm. It just happened, and it meant so much more to me. And it's like, I feel like it's a love relationship on both sides. Like running for Kwamka, a lot of people, even though I wasn't the winner, a lot of people respected me for that. Whether it's through my letters, whether it's through collegiate, whether it's through brother to brother. I feel like the work that I do, someone always appreciates.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like, it is a motive to continue to move forward. It's not like I'm doing all of these things and I'm not gaining anything from it. Like helping people is enough, but also the recognition does feel good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Black UC.
Black UC is like everything for real, bro. Like I think it's dope that like we go to a PWI, but we almost do get that HBCU feel for real. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like of that magnitude, but we definitely get a little taste of it for real.
A lot of HBCU students that have visited say how they feel like our community is stronger because it's more to crave. HBCU, you're around, it's everything.
Yeah.
So it's no real, I'm not saying there's no real connection, but it's like, it's normal.
Yeah.
I feel like Black UC, we appreciate more because we realize, and as we're realizing right now, that this shit can go away.
Yeah. Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Like this is something that we have to want and actually strive and fight for. Like HBCU, like you have that. You don't get into this organization, this program, whatever. You can just go somewhere else and find people that look just like you, that may have the same struggles as you, same background as you, whatever the case may be. We have to go find that.
Yeah.
Like it showed my first year because I wasn't in the center. Well, I didn't know what I was doing because it wasn't just at my disposal as easy as I thought it would be. It was like I got my select few and that was it. And now that I'm like started expanding out, I'm like, whoa, where was all of this at? I didn't know what collegiate was, what transition was, brother to brother, Turner, EPS. I didn't know what none of this was. I was just here. And so that's why like it low-key is everything. Because without it, it's like, we don't stand out anymore. We would just be another percentage.
Yeah.
Like to help diversity. It's like, nah, like we're here. We're doing way more than a lot of people who don't crave what we have. Like a lot of people who just came here, they may have parents might have worked for the university, so they just got the free tuition.
So they just here.
Yeah, it's a lot of people that are just here, which is nothing wrong with that. But when you crave or you go looking for something that can better yourself, it means way more because and you acknowledge like you don't have to have this.
Yeah.
Like, shout out Black UC, man.
Shout out Black UC, man.
Even though we in shambles right now.
We love y'all for sure. We definitely love y'all. That's a damn shame. It got to be a moment. Again, if you watched the first episode of Good Yapp, I spoke to y'all about my that's a damn shame moment. Nez, is this something recently that has happened in your life or that you've seen or been a part of that make you say, that's a damn shame?
I'm gonna pivot a little bit. Yeah, it's a couple. The one I'll speak on will be related to Black UC.
You about to go deep.
I won't go too deep into it. But, with it being a lot of confusion. You know what? Actually, no. I'm going to use this time to kind of get at the whole Black UC community. Not what we're losing. It's a damn shame that it took Senate Bill 1 for people to realize what we had.
Mm.
That's a damn shame.
Yeah,
and
that
it's
is
like
crazy.
one thing, and I hope, who knows the range of audience that this will reach. If you don't know, or if you don't go to the University of Cincinnati, we have a building called the African American Cultural and Resource Center. It houses our transitions program. It is a safe space away from home and a home away from home for Black students at the University of Cincinnati. Because of Senate Bill 1, which goes against all DEI initiatives, whether it is African American, Mexican, women's rights, LGBTQ plus rights, it's being attacked. So unfortunately enough, we have to lose our name and pretty much the ownership of this building on campus. So again, like I labeled it with it being a home away from home, it wasn't utilized like so, which is a damn shame. And now that we're losing it, it's a lot of people who, are fighting for it to stay or fighting for a new one. And it's just a damn shame that we weren't showing the impact that it had until we lost it. And that really connects with me. And it kind of is another damn shame moment for my life, is you kind of don't realize something that you have until you lose it.
Right.
Yeah, you don't really, it's very difficult for some reason to kind of realize the gravity of a situation until certain circumstances happen to where you don't have the luxury of having that at your disposal. In this situation, for the broad being the ACRC, it's a damn shame. You feel me? Like, now we have two choices. We can either, one, stay the exact same and continue to just move the way that we move, with us not really realizing or putting the importance on certain things until we lose it, whether that's with the center, whether that's with something personal going on with your life, or you can change. And don't be afraid to change. All change is good, because even if you do make a change and it leads to a bad decision, you will learn from that bad decision. There's no such thing as a bad change. So we can change and start to kind of view things in a different light, to where we can realize how important certain things are while we have them versus when we lose them. Examples being, family members, grandparents, parents, siblings, buildings, relationships. You feel me? Take the time to really realize what you're losing and value it. So when you're in this situation again with whatever is going on in your life, you don't mess it up again.
Mm.
That's that. Yeah, that's a damn shame.
It's a damn shame.
That's a damn.
You gotta value the things while you have it before it's gone. That's deep. That's a deep topic. Yeah, it's crazy to see what's going on to us here at the University of Cincinnati. But you also led that protest, and what was that? That was in like February, March, around that time.
February 4th.
Mm-hmm. So you were like out there fighting for justice, actually going at the people that are cutting this stuff. You know what I'm saying? In those conversations, in those rooms with President Pinto and the other administrators that's up there. What was that like? Basically telling them like, hey, like, this is crazy. Like this, we're fighting for our space. We're fighting for Black UC, and not only Black UC, but everybody else that falls under DEI. What was that experience like, leading that protest, having the mic, speaking, and even you didn't even have a mic when you were inside that room. You and a couple other students were in there having that conversation and telling them and demanding certain things. What was that experience like for you?
So to start, it was God. Because that was my first moment where I showed, like, I'm a leader. I didn't set up that protest. I had no conversations on it happening. I didn't delegate anything up to that day. I showed up as a normal student trying to show support for what was going on and speak up if the opportunity presented itself. I ended up being one of the individuals let into the room with into the meeting with the board of trustees. And from there, it kind of just hit me what was really going on. And I disagreed. So I said, the meeting's over. That don't mean we're about to stop. Let's go. And so we went to TUC and we went across campus. We went to these main streets. We got people blowing their horns. We went into University Pavilion to just show like it's not just something that can just be like, oh well, the law says this, it just needs to go. Like let's reform. You can't just get rid of DEI because that's us. And you know, like as much as the university was under attack from it, the reason that we had those protests is because it wasn't a law yet. Senate Bill 1 was, brought up, but it was never like fully instituted yet.
Mm-hmm.
And yet we still got a email pretty much saying that we were getting rid of programs. For what? There's no reason to.
Yeah.
This hasn't been passed. So that was kind of what it was to show like how your decisions have, like your actions have consequences. They have reactions.
Yeah, for sure.
And your reasoning behind that is what matters. For example, it's officially a law now. So now we're going about things differently. We're trying to reform. That protest wouldn't have had to happen if it was patients involved. Now, back then, it was kind of like we have to get rid of this. We're doing this. For what? I don't think the law was passed for another maybe month. And maybe a month and a half.
And they was already starting to just
Actually, it was over a month. Because I remember that the bill officially got passed the day after our show, which was March 15th. And that protest was early February. So that's essentially what it was like. But it did like kind of change my perspective on things because it made me realize I wasn't like our group of African American and or Black students aren't the only people being affected.
Yeah.
Like
it affects almost everybody.
And how important it is to be an ally.
So many people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just being an ally, like being out there, I see people vulnerable. Like, and it made me kind of realize like some people may be going through way more in their life.
Way more.
And this is not helping. Some people may be at school on scholarship. Their scholarship got taken away. They may have kids. They may not have federal aid. They may not have a support system. It may be people on their last attempt. This may be their fifth, sixth year. It's so many people that are going through so many things and they're being negatively affected. And the whole reason that this Senate bill was created is because, quote unquote, everyone deserves a fair opportunity when everyone doesn't have fair opportunities. Mm-hmm. My education is totally different than Pickerton or than St. Ignatius or St. Ed's. We don't have those resources. We don't have that support system.
Yeah.
And essentially, the whole motivation of what Trump says is that you shouldn't have an advantage due to your race or due to your beliefs. Everyone should have a fair opportunity. Everyone doesn't have a fair opportunity. As a Black man in America, a Black woman in America, you don't have the same opportunities.
Yes, not at all.
As an Asian, as Chinese, whatever the case may be, you don't have the fair opportunity. No one's situation is the same. They're similar, but some aren't. Mm-hmm. And essentially that was to try to help, balance it. Because it just isn't fair, which life isn't. But when you can try to make it, why stop? Yeah. And that's kind of what led to everything. Like everyone's frustration. And the only ones that don't seem frustrated are the ones it doesn't affect. So that's kind of what I gained from
the ones who aren't frustrated are the ones it doesn't affect.
Which is normal. Like I couldn't sit and have a yap like this about what's going on in Palestine. Because I haven't taken the time to research it and inform myself on it because it doesn't affect me.
Mm-hmm. It's not like,
and I'm not proud of. Yeah, I'm not proud of that, but I'm aware of it, so I work on it. Mm-hmm. Like I couldn't have a long enough episode like this on that topic, but I could talk about it. Mm-hmm. I've informed myself a little bit, and I started doing that after that moment because I realized how when it was time for everyone to come together and we needed support, it showed me who was there and who wasn't. And some people that were there, it didn't affect, but they still took that time. So why can't I do the same?
Yeah.
Regardless of what I'm going through, because I bet everyone has something going on in their life.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, that day was a lot. You know, I was already had a lot going on at the moment, and you know, I still learn from that, and I still think about it often. And shout out to all the people who set that up, because I really just happened to be in the right place at the right time. That the plan wasn't for me to go and do what I did.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome. That's
water.
what's up, man. Well, Ness, we've had a lot of great yap and a lot of great things. But one thing I do want to touch on. Spring 25 initiate to Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, Alpha Alpha Chapter, affectionately known as Double A. Yap about that. How does it feel to be a brother? Matter of fact, why Alpha?
I would be fully transparent.
Keep it a buck. 100%.
When I got here, I didn't know what it was. I started going to functions. I kind of noticed it. And the thing was, when I really started to realize I wanted to do more, it was all I seen.
When you realized you wanted to do more, that was all you seen.
So, of course, I was getting involved in these organizations, but being Greek caught my attention. I would be a liar if I said that when I first looked at anything, I said that, oh, being an alpha is the only thing that looks cool. The whole thing, social media had everything looking appealing.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's like, okay, well, I didn't want to use only social media, so I kind of looked and I'm like, well, shit, we only got alphas. That's how I felt. When we had another organization, shout out Kobe, but you know,
shout out Psi Theta, shout out Kobe.
I'm about to say, yeah, it's just with him being by himself versus it being an active double A chapter, you know, having these events and having these people that I happen to already be cool with, it kind of led me in that direction. I started doing my own research. I realized that it was something I wanted to move forward with. So I put the time in, got closer with the brotherhood, learned a little something, and then we went forward from there. Now, would my situation have been different if we had a full yard? I don't know. But now that I'm here and now that I'm living it, I feel like this fits who I want to be and who I am the best. I don't only feel like I'm gaining something from the chapter, but I'm also giving to the chapter. I've learned a lot since becoming an alpha. A lot about myself, a lot about just the community as a whole, how people think, you know. And a lot of things have happened since I've became an alpha that I've learned from as well. That I feel like wouldn't have happened if I wasn't. So I'm extremely happy I'm here though. Shout out my line, shout out Final Verdict.
Shout out Final Verdict.
Shout out all of us.
Jewel line. For those of you who don't know, a jewel line is a line of 7.
I am 6.
6 out of 7. All right, then. You wasn't to tell. Almost. But shout out Final Verdict though. Yeah. Shout out Double A. That's what's up. It's always great to hear because like even beyond, like I understand that you and I are both alphas, right? And we're both a part of the same chapter, but it's always good to hear about people who are just involved in community. Community is so important, especially like young Black men who are in these spaces. We need each other. And so it's good to know that you're enjoying your time, you're grateful to be here, you're thankful to be here. And it's even better to know that you chose the greatest fraternity in the world.
There you go. Shout out Hero Ogle.
Well, Nance, we've had a lot of great conversation and a lot of great talking points here. And I hope you all picked up on everything that was said today. Wise words. Are there any wise words that you would like to tell the people back home or something you would like to tell younger Nez?
So the first thing, my first thing is this. It's through scripture. They brought the ark of God and placed it inside the special tent David had prepared for it, and they presented burnt offerings and peace offerings to God. When he had finished his sacrifices, David blessed the people in the name of the Lord. And so essentially how I view that is Sacrifices come in many forms. Sacrificing and burning past habits and errors that we have or are making in life is something that's needed for the better. So, like for example, like I kind of said earlier, I'm not drinking as much. I'm not smoking. Those are kind of me sacrificing certain things so I can be better for whatever may come in the future. Making sacrifices, even let's say to a specific, like in your relationship, you may be like, bro, I don't feel like doing that. Make that sacrifice. It can make life a lot easier, and that'll lead to another point of don't be afraid of change. It's very easy to say no to change because it goes against who you are. But you are always subject to change. And kind of, I had said this earlier as well. There's no such thing as bad change. A lot of people say you're changing for the better or worse. Every change is a good change because regardless of what happens after, you will learn from it. So don't be afraid to change who you are because it will eventually lead to the better. Everything happens for a reason. Everything is on God's timing. Be confident in that, believe that, and internalize it. Everything will be all right. So those are my wise words. Feel me?
Yeah. That's deep. I would probably say for me, man, some wise words I'll probably say is that life is not linear. Like, oftentimes we think that life is supposed to just be as smooth as possible and be like a linear line. When I say linear, we're saying just plain, right? But that's not life. Life is full of ups, it's full of downs, it's full of I don't knows, it's full of, well, I'm gonna try this, it's full of, damn, I actually got this one right. And I think oftentimes people try to find a life that's full of linear moments, which is understandable, but that's just not life. And my wise words is to tell people to be okay with the fact that life is full of twists and turns. Be comfortable, be okay, and learn. Learn and have a better perspective for when those different moments do come in life. Ultimately, at the end of it, be thankful. Be thankful that certain things happen. Be thankful that, certain doors close or even certain doors that open. Because at the end of the day, all things work together for the good. All things work together for the good of those who love God. That's Romans 8:28.
Yeah, dude. Don't never let nobody knock you off your pivot.
Don't let nobody knock you off your pivot. They don't know about that yap talk. They don't know about that yap talk. That's a different yap talk. Don't let nobody knock you off your pivot. Nez, it's been an honor. I'm thankful. I'm grateful to have you here to give the people your perspective and to have great conversation. We just had a great conversation with an even greater person, and this is Good Yapp.
I needed that, yeah.
I appreciate you for coming on.
Now, what we finna eat?
Hooks. I guess we go on the hooks. We'll catch y'all in the next episode of Good Yapp. Make sure y'all tune in. If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy D Woods. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one.